So might as well spend your time doing something that is going to help you grow it, getting more clients or,
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Connections That Matter, where I have amazing conversations with Northern Colorado's best networkers, and we find out about the connections that they've made that have led to their success. Today, I have an amazing guest, Miriam, on the show from Molina Bookkeeping. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Miriam, I will tell you, we are in Q1 of 2026 at the time of this filming, and there are people who haven't really thought about their books until now. Taxes and stuff. So they may need a referral to a bookkeeper. But real quick, whether they need a referral or not, I'm sure your clients have really great books. Tell us a little bit more about what you do.
Yeah, so I help small businesses, mostly Northern Colorado, but, I can help them remotely from everywhere in the States. And what I do for them is organize their books. So basically, I help them get everything related to their finances ready for their accountant, especially at this time of year where they need to start thinking about, that time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I help them find clarity in their finances with reports, helping them understand a little bit more about what's going on in their business.
What is it like to work with a professional bookkeeper? Like maybe you're a solopreneur, you're doing the bookkeeping, or you have a spouse that's doing it, even though they're not trained to be a bookkeeper, but they're figuring it out. If you actually hire a professional bookkeeper like yourself, what's the process like?
So for the process, I think the first thing that I would recommend to anyone thinking about getting a bookkeeper is talking to some bookkeepers. And I think it's one of the most important things. You have to have a good relationship with your bookkeeper. Good communication is really important, making sure that you can click. Like, I feel like as a bookkeeper, I need to understand exactly what's going on your business, because there might be some things that you as the business owner that have no experience in this can kind of overlook. So when you have a bookkeeper, they're going to go and they're going to, think about your business from all the revenue streams, all the liabilities you have, and how can you reflect that in your reports in a way that makes sense to you. And it's helpful, and it's helpful for your business.
Is it similar business to business? Or, I would imagine people's books are in different states, whether you have inventory or the scale of it. How do you put on your bookkeeping for business A hat and then you go to bookkeeping for business B? How do you keep it all straight?
I think that's part of the fun.
Okay.
Because every business is different. So I feel like every business, when I try to help them, I think sometimes I try to communicate that one thing might not fix all their problems. So when there comes business that they have inventory, and whatever inventory tracking system might not be, whatever they're using, it might not be the best for their financials. Or,
Sure.
If you have a good POS system, like that might not be the best system for your accounting. So I think it's kind of like understanding every business is really important to help them kind of find those tools for each one of their problems.
Sure.
And like sometimes it's not me, obviously, or a bookkeeper, but I feel like I have that kind of like perspective when I go and I talk to you about your business. I can give you an idea of something that maybe you didn't think about.
Sure.
That could help organize it.
Well, I think as a bookkeeper, you have a unique perspective into different people's businesses. You understand their winning formulas at a deeper level than somebody who might just be in a networking room and they're like, you see their books, you see what's working. What advice would you give to somebody who's starting a small business or starting their small business is getting bigger? What advice would you give them to scale?
So I think one of the things that well, those are kind of like two different things. One, my first advice for small businesses that are starting is always make sure you're splitting up your expenses. Like that's the basic. Really basic. Number one, you want a business, get
Don't just put it on your personal credit card. No.
Get a business account and separate everything. Yeah. And I tell people, once you do that, the next step is going to be way easier. So that's when you're trying to start. And then once you started and you have your small business, you think you're doing great, you have your QuickBooks and you manage it yourself. The next step when you want to scale, I think it's also it's a great opportunity to hire a bookkeeper, because there are certain details that you don't know, certain things that they're going to be able to catch that you didn't. And when you're scaling, you have a lot of things going on. So might as well spend your time doing something that is going to help you grow it, getting more clients, or, something a little bit more strategic than the data entry that sometimes bookkeeping can, represent. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I love talking with people who are in the business services, because you are helping your clients, help them grow their business, help them stay more organized. But you are a business owner yourself who's trying to grow your business and scale. How do you separate the two between working on the business and working in the business?
It is difficult. I think one of the things that everyone forgets sometimes is to go and look at your own company when you're trying to sell something to someone else.
Sure.
So I think something that helped me is to get help for my own books. And I have someone that helps me with my books.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the landscaper who doesn't like to mow his own lawn, right?
I like having extra eyes on my numbers.
That's interesting. Because
you, like me, as the person that makes all the purchases or use the credit card, buy things. I think that you kind of can get a little bit, you think you got it and you don't pay as much attention as you should. So when someone from outside is looking at it, I think it just brings a lot of just accuracy to your.
Well, having somebody who can view your blind spots is a powerful thing in business. I think that's really insightful for you, that even though you are a professional bookkeeper, to bring in somebody to see your blind spots. But for your clients, do you see anything that's consistently people overlook or might be missing? Or do you see specific things that you're fixing or dialing in?
Yeah, I think that there's always certain things that bookkeepers, probably every bookkeeper finds.
Yeah.
And I think that some of the things that are more important in kind of like the organization of your books, it's kind of like really important. You need to make sure that you have everything in there. And I'm going to give you an example of something that happened to one of my clients. I start working with them and we're trying to, review everything they have. That is like the first step. When you get a bookkeeper, they're probably going to do that. And we start talking about their liabilities or, like the debt. And when we were looking at, I was trying to get that information that was not on QuickBooks. And I'm trying to record that. And I asked her for more information about that loan. And when she got me the information and I review everything, I found a huge mistake.
Oh, wow.
So it is so complicated because then this person realized that she signed a document saying that she was going to pay a lot more money than what the terms of the contract had. So I feel like that is one of the examples of the importance of having a professional look at your things. Sure. You could have just said, I have this debt and this is how much money I pay every month and not think about it and paid 6 or 9 months extra.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a good example. I think that knowing how to enter the information, knowing exactly what you have in there, that it makes sense and that is accurate.
And you're fully bilingual?
I'm fully bilingual. Yeah. I grew up in Nicaragua, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah. Some of my clients are Latins, and I love working with the Latin community.
Well, I would imagine if you're Spanish-speaking or something, you would want a Spanish-speaking bookkeeper. How has it really helped your business to be bilingual?
It's great. I feel like it helps my business, but I feel like I can reach out to people that will value the option of working with someone in their native language. And I think that is that makes you feel way more comfortable with either like financials. It's like a very personal topic. I feel like sometimes people have a hard time talking about it, and I feel like it helps me to share the culture with other people, to open up and talk to me about something that is kind of a sensitive topic.
For sure. And then when you're networking, are you seeking out other people who are bilingual professionals to collaborate with?
Yeah, definitely. I love working with bilingual professionals. I'm actually going to be teaching a bookkeeping class with the Northern Colorado Chamber of Commerce, the Latino Chamber of Commerce, in collaboration with them and the Small Business Development Center. In Spanish, bookkeeping, free for all small business owners that are having questions and are trying to, get out there.
So cool. Well, we'll definitely link that information in the show notes. But I'm super curious, how do you get a gig like that? Is it through networking? Is it through strategic conversations?
It was through networking. Like, honestly, I've been trying to get out there and find those group of business owners that speak Spanish. And in one meeting, I went there and I talked to everyone and I said, I speak Spanish. And the people from the Small Business Developers Center were so excited. They were like, oh my God, someone that speaks Spanish on a specific topic that we can do a class. So yeah, that's kind of how it all started. I'm so excited to be kind of like that resource for the community.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your approach to networking. How have you been using it for your success? What results have you been able to achieve?
Networking. I started networking this year. I feel like my business is basically it grew from my network. Everything that I have built is just from people that I know from my personal life. I've known from college. I have a client, that is so weird. Like, I have a client that I went to college with in Honduras, 20 years ago, and he didn't know that I was doing this. And he just reached out and he was like, wait, you're not doing agronomy anymore?
Yeah.
So, and that's, kind of like how I get my clients. I talk to people, I let them know what I'm doing. And I like to help them see, that's the person that I am. I go and talk to people. What are you doing? What have you been up to? And I think that's kind of like how I've been able to reach out to people.
Well, who are some of your best referral partners, people that you collaborate or tend to collaborate really well with?
Definitely accountants. Most of my referrals come from accountants that, their own clients need bookkeepers. I do that a lot. I'm in a networking group, like an NIA, that I love, and it's been great. I also go to wherever I find an event with the chambers or, I just like to go and see what's going on in the community and meet business owners.
Right on. So Miriam, talk to me about your journey, like how you got from Nicaragua to Honduras to agronomy to bookkeeping. Bring it all home. How did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, so I grew up in Nicaragua, and then, I went to college in Honduras, did agronomy-related studies. Then I ended up in Illinois doing a master's degree. And that's where I found my husband, that he's originally from here, from Colorado. So life brought me back here.
Yeah.
I met my husband, and he has a lot of family here. And I came here, and from natural resources to bookkeeping, it was kind of like a natural transition in the sense that I didn't do it looking for a business to do. I reached out to my accountant mother-in-law, and I told her that I needed help with my personal finances, and she kind of like made fun of me because I was very detail oriented.
Yeah.
So she was like, you know what, I'll just gift you QuickBooks and you need to learn how to do this and everything's going to make sense in your head. And then when I got that, it was like, oh my God, this is all I wanted.
Yeah.
So it kind of like grew like that. Like I got one small client, then another one, and then another one, and then just through referrals and to people that just were needing that help, that I feel like I started giving to this particular business owner that was too small to get an accountant firm and didn't want to pay, $1,600 a month. But they were trying to grow and were or getting confused or spending too much time doing their own books.
Well, I love that. I love when people find what they're meant to do. And, that gift that you found and everything just clicks. I will tell you, Miriam, there's a lot of people where bookkeeping just doesn't click for it, right? Which is why you need to hire somebody. But I was thinking about that is a lot of people are maybe even ashamed at the state of their books, right? Like they know they need help, but they don't really want you to look for fear of judgment or embarrassment of some kind. But I would guess you've probably seen it all.
Look, I see it as my favorite hobby probably is putting together jigsaw puzzles. So when I see books that are really messy, that's kind of what my head goes to. It goes to, let's organize it. Let's put it together. Like, how does this work? What piece goes where? There's something missing here. Something should go here. And so I think that's probably why I don't find it annoying.
Yeah.
I like it.
And a business owner who finally gets real clarity on their books and their numbers can make a more strategic business decision or an investment decision of what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the value that I hope all business owners recognize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, what's some of your goals for 2026? What is your vision for your networking efforts, and what kind of connections are you hoping to achieve this year?
So I think this year, my goal is going to be to increase my clientele. And I'm going to keep trying to focus on the Spanish-speaking community. Okay. I think that they can really benefit from what I'm offering, and I'm going to put a lot of effort in trying to find those business owners.
All right, Miriam. So there's people who are watching this and they're like, I need some professional help. I need some people, or at least a second set of eyes, or maybe they're working with somebody who's not talking to them in their native tongue. Maybe they want to network with a bookkeeper. Well, what's some of the ways that people can get a hold of you?
Well, if anyone is interested in connecting with me, I would be more than happy to talk and help them, obviously. I can do a no-cost consultation. Anyone can find me in molinabooks.com. All my contact information is there, and if they can email me, call me, text me.
Right on. Well, we will put all that in the show notes, but I'm sure we'll have some people reaching out to you to want to set up some one-to-ones or get that free consultation.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, Miriam, thank you for who you are. It's been awesome networking with you and seeing and watching your growth, being able to do speaking opportunities and teaching opportunities, and also all the support that you've done for the network and helping them with their bookkeeping. But awesome. We'll see you around Northern Colorado.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. Great to be here.
Hey all, thanks for watching. I love networking and building relationships with other Northern Colorado business leaders. So if you want to come meet some of these podcast guests, meet me, or meet some other amazing entrepreneurs in Northern Colorado, I would love to have you attend one of our next events. Go in the podcast description. There's a ways that you can see our upcoming schedule, and maybe you could be a future podcast guest as well. Thanks.